Peace, 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 peace. What's going on, everyone? This is the H2O show. Welcome. I'm Big Perm, my partner DJ 360. We got a nice little show lined up for you, man. We do this every Sunday, 11 to 12. And what we do is we basically bring conscious topics, conscious discussion, insight. Basically, just talk to elevate your mind to open up to different ideas, concepts, innovation. So what we're doing today is we got a nice little guest appearance from a brother of mine, man. Welcome, Y. Everyone, let's say what's up to Y. What's going on, man? I know this dude for a long time. Matter of fact, we brought him earlier last year where we talked about education. We talked about this music bringing more creativity, motivation to the kids for in education. But now we're talking about something different, man, because we always keep it moving. And we're going to talk about alternative energy sources. Now, we went into this before. We talked about like algae biofuel and how productive and efficient that is. But there's so many other elements that are used for energy, reliable energy, renewable energy. And we're going to get into that tonight too. Because, this is the H2O show. Respect to everyone on TuneIn. Follow us on the H2O show on the Wu-Tang Radio. Big up to everyone on the WooWorld.com site. Join the member. Check it out. We got ill footage, new videos. You can chat with people like me or anybody on the Wu family. Join that community. Also check us on the main site, WuTangClan.com. And you can check out the main site, stream live. You can check out the gear, the merchandise, the news, and just basically vibe with us. So yeah, man, we do this every Sunday, 11 to 12. And what we do is you wrap around ill music from my man DJ 360, ill tunes, stuff you haven't heard before, stuff you heard, stuff from the Wu you haven't heard, this, rare gems. That's what we try to provide on this joint. So, what's up, man? Let them know what you've been up to.
Peace, thanks, man. I've been doing real good. Oh, there you go. Now I think I'm here. Thank y'all for having me, Big Perm, DJ 360. It's an honor to be back here. I've been real good. Basically, since I was up here last year, a lot of things been going on with the education side. We did a music program in the Lower East Side and East Side Community High School. We did 2 programs with a company called beatnyc.org. You can check it out, beatnyc.org. One was a day school music program where we worked with just writing for poets, singers, MCs. And then after school we did a project, Beat Band. We got the trailers coming out soon. You can check those. So you can look at Beat NYC, or you could check me out at whynotshowlove.com, just like how it's spelled, whynotshowlove.com, and any information you want on the programs are there. So in terms of the education stuff, that's been going on. And now, since the summer's here, full force into music, working on a new record.
That's what we're here, man.
Then we're gonna debut actually some songs right here with Big Perm on the 360 radio show, exclusives. And for any of the fans that hit up, we're going to be willing to give you guys a advanced copy of the joint. You can check it out, and you can just we'll give you guys a link right here live on the H2O show, exclusive. So it's definitely
giving
gonna
that
be a
splash
debut.
of refreshment.
Yeah,
That's what we do in the show, man.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you just came back from Japan not too long ago.
Yeah, we're
gonna get into that because it kind of leads into the topic too. Because I remember we were talking the other day, and you were saying how like efficient the Japanese culture is and just the systems that they have over there. So it's like one of the things we want to talk about, because we always want to bring light to different things, is the alternative energy resources. Because the U.S. along with Europe have one of the most highest consumptions of energy. Now, the majority of energy is fossil fuel. And you know what? You know the whole story behind that. So, therefore, if that's the major consumption of these countries in the United States and Europe, and that's pretty much half the world where all the highest per capita is. So it's like, okay, why they're not being efficient? Why they're not being more productive and finding better resources? And no one can answer that because the regimes that are in place are comfortable with status quo. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about different ways you can just get energy. Like we talked about algae biofuel before, and we're going to talk about like something else down the road because I think it's really important to really sink into this topic so people can become aware. Because more awareness creates more demand. If everyone knows business, supply and demand, you have to have a demand to get the supply. So we're trying to build that demand up, and that's what we do in the show. Just trying to bring that, splash of freshness, that this element to where like, yo, you can hear something, be in tune, and actually put it to action and get results. So while you marinate on that, I'm gonna let my man do his thing. He's at 360, about to get in the mixes. So we'll talk about algae, biofuel, all the other alternative energy sources a little later. This is the H2O show. I'm Big Perm. I'm my man DJ 360, and we got Y in the building. We're gonna find out why he's so dope.
Alright, thank y'all, man.
360 Big Perm H2O show.
All I do is stay focused, looking straight forward at the world and beyond. I feel people pulling me down. I feel some pulling me up. I can't get stuck. I just keep moving forward. I got places to go, man. Let's go.
When the Yamagidian started trade, a lot of weak heart are weeping more. Only the strong will continue. Do you have it in you? 'Cause we've got a journey to go. And when the battle gets sour and straight, a lot of weak heart are with the end moan. Only the strong will continue. I know you have it in you. I know you have it in you. Hey, the victory is found in truth, like innocence found in youth. Self-defeat is your own dispute, and when you put yourself in your own shoes, it's either you're winning or losing. Don't you get it confused, 'cause you're starring in your own movie, playing up the role you choose. So stand up and fight if you know say you're right, and know you will never fail. Tipping the scale and the wind shall prevail, and the boat shall forever sail. Hey, there ain't no stopping or cruising, even when we're battered and bruised. Outrun all the sprinters and Mount Olympus, my God, tougher than Zeus. Yamagidian started trade, a lot of weak heart are weeping more. Only the strong will continue. Do you have it in you? 'Cause we've got a journey to go. And when the battle gets sour and straight, a lot of weak heart are with the end moan. Only the strong will continue. You know you have it in you. You know you have it in you.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, New York to Cali, for the money, power, respect. It's a journey, some will get left behind. 'Cause in life, you cannot press rewind. Get it right, you only have one first chance to make one first impression that lasts a lifetime. Reputation supersedes itself. Do you believe in hell? Babylon, greed for wealth. Do you deceive yourself and let your ego swell? And disregard those who most need your help. Thick skin, the dark won't take my soul. Survive spiritual wars, see my wealth in the evil spilt. But the faith is stronger. I saw grown men fall when I was a youngster, but I clenched my fist, ready to go against whoever tied my Timbs and rise in the end.
Yamagidian started trade, a lot of weak heart are weeping more. Only the strong will continue. Do you have it in you? 'Cause we've got a journey to go. And when the battle gets sour and straight, a lot of weak heart are with the end moan. Only the strong will continue. You know you have it in you. You know you have it in you. No man live forever, but never say never. Every goodie want better, just be a go-getter, and always be clever in every endeavor. Cause trust in time, God, but trust in measure. Never try to pleasure, from your navel strings ever. The land and the treasure, work for whatever. Just say don't be a beggar, the Alpha Omega. We're blessed every soul, no matter which day in the pepper. The immortal stepper, we're living every skin, no matter which color leather. We never let we don't rock here, which kind kind of weather. You're destined to rise like the son of Rebecca. Don't stop for a second. Every man reckon it sure would be good to be there. But I say an Mecca when the gates are finally closed and the saints go marching in. The Gideon start get trained. A lot of we got a weeping more. Only the strong will continue. Do you have it in you? 'Cause we've got a journey to go. And when the battle get sour and straight, a lot of we got a wither and more. Only the strong will continue. Know you have it in you. Know you have it in you.
I'm a street lifer, always harassed by the C ciphers. Chief like Geronimo with his peace pipe. I emerge from the street life. This for the homies who relate, know what it be like. My QB life, taking a turn to the Louis the 13th life. Twisted and mangled, sorta like Bruce Lee life. Cursed with his son Brandon. If that's you and me night, I pray our fate's greater. I speak life, I still matter as a rapper, not doubting. Even Tony Braxton signed a deal with Craig Cowman. Howard, the hell am I supposed to stay comfy when I pay child support alimony monthly? Got Maseratis and Ferraris. Only like a woman who's a rider, but only hoes want me. Single life crazy, niggas wives on me. I say stay faithful, they say they man corny. So I'm stuck with some married women so far, cheating while they husband rushing on the 40-yard line. Wonder if this is what my ex did the whole time. Good niggas seem to always end up with some hard times. Hope not, if a pimp slipping in the whole plot. Ain't nothing to a G in a two-tone drop, kid, and it don't stop. See a nigga disappearing with the baddest honeys in the whole spot, yeah.
Original shatter. I come like them. Yakapa lit hotter. Make brain cell. Nah. Flatter. Hear that? Yo, stick your mouth to stick a come at this gangster now. When you know so that man I go wet up on the blow. Boom, boom. Fire make the dark night a glow. Now you're bleeding and we're leaving with your body rebels. Not because you see we smiling, you think some man a play my way right away. We take your damn life away. Hey, that's how we make you turn back to play. Now we will make you feel so dishonorable. Damn shot to bring the shot into a gully level. P.O. said that we ain't always so intolerable. And them I wonder if we are this or not the devil. But all the girls love our fingers and we on a bezel. That flick you die quick and that's inevitable. I make you know so that we are the gorilla rebel. And we are the jury, we are the judge and we are all the gavel. We back by lie but we speak a tea and table. And tell you this is the way we hold the night. This is the way we load the night. This is the way you blow the night. Now all the platinum, your diamond and gold are mine. This is the way we hold the night. This is the way we load the night. This is the way you blow the night. Now all the shiny stuff you're wearing goes are mine.
But say I wear that fly that makes nigga kids come out. While just wink at me, niggas would rather dap me. Fly enough to make you think the struggle is over. Wherever we make it rain, a cash hurricane come through your window just like rubber man. Catch you naked at the driveway next to Lover's Lane. Remember Eddie Cheever, back at the fever. You catch a slob from the best ghetto diva. While he's smoking his, they like, damn, now the robbery's beneath ya. I'm like, damn, guys, I gotta get my money up. Black chicks, Asians, even snow bunnies. Back then that was the beef I chose. Now every day I'm in my Sunday Easter clothes. Fresher now, watch the game elevate. Money green Louis, now niggas they hate. It's hard being the boss in the city I dwell. I make it look like heaven, but it feels like hell. Hard being the boss in the city I dwell. I make it look like heaven, but it feels like hell.
This is the way we hold the night. This is the way we load the night. This is the way you blow the night. Now all the platinum, your diamond and golds are mine. This is the way we hold the night. This is the way we load the night. This is the way you blow the night. Now all the shiny stuff you're wearing, those are mine. Very easily we stay on top of this game. We're taking over all the keys like this game. And them a tremble anytime them hear this name. All the top shot of them, they are not him name Wayne. It's fitted with a Chris Chrome pistol. And like nothing, so we get the prettiest gal. And I'm the pounds coming over from Bristol. Sipping on a Armadale, more wet than crystal. So we have to get the paper, we no matter which part. More like a tax collector, don't say we're extra. Get the cheddar, get the cheese, but not get it this start. From the gullies in the bellies of the ghetto this start. So give me that now, or else you know the way out the end of the story will go, yeah. Give me that now and fool, don't be slow right now, me done talk. You know we are gonna start show. Yeah. This is the way we hold the night. Yeah. This is the way we load the night. This is the way you blow the night. Now all the shiny stuff you're wearing, those are mine. Yeah. This is the way we hold the night. This is the way we load the night. This is the way you blow the night. Now all the platinum, your diamond and gold are mine. This is the way we load the night. This is the way we load the night.
QB.
This is the way you blow the night. Now all the shiny stuff you're wearing, those are mine.
Know I hold it. Must know how to hold it. Straight out of QB's projects. I know how to hold mine. Spragger Benz, Red Square.
Better get this one poppin', y'all. North side bang a clip. Yeah, Small's Bloodshot. It's Mr. Bloodshot to you punks. Black man, come through with that gap bang. Action, fucking man with pop bang. This north side bang and click. Better get this one poppin', y'all. Poppin', y'all. North side bang a clip.
360.
Yeah, Small's Bloodshot. Small's Bloodshot. It's Mr. Bloodshot to you punks. Black man punks. Black man, come through, come get bang. Action, fucking man with pop bang. This black man, come get bang. Action, fucking man with pop bang. This north side bang and click, you better bang this shit. We can bang till your grave get picked. Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck who you rollin' with. Duke, I smack you for being insubordinate. Niggas like you was born to quit, born a bitch. Born to sleep with the rats and wake up a snitch. For niggas talking shit, I load the fifth. Extra clip just in case I wanna spaz and shit. No X needed, that's what you call natural lit. I stampeded and on the game my shit. Yes, I'm the type to flip, the type to trip. Your head like a psychiatrist. I beat you down to the white meat, you type weak. You meet the beat like a podiatrist. I'm so sick, you ought to quit. Cause your flow like piss. I'm like diarrhea cause my flow's the shit. Waistline hold the fifth while I blow the pip. Drink down and blow cannons but my name is Nick. Black man, come through with that gap bang. Action, fucking man with pop bang. This north side bang and click, you better bang this shit. All the haters hating it, but it's us. Black man, come through with that gap bang. Action, fucking man with pop bang. This north side bang and click, you better bang this shit. All the haters hating it, but it's us. Yeah, Mr. Bloodshot, I got me a towel, y'all can yum them food. Yum them food, don't back down. Alright, don't back down, don't cut no corners. Cut them short, my youth. Yeah. Ain't no way you gon' beat me, nigga. Ain't no way you gon' cheat me, nigga. Or defeat me, nigga. Ain't no way you gon' beat me, nigga. Shit, this morning Bloodshot, my gun hot. Top of where you blood clot. You want what? Say something and need some gunshots. I'm a live savior. QB swag and live flavor. I'ma do this for rock, coke, and bars labor. I'm no stranger to danger from here to Atlanta. And I'm in Battinsburg. You can ask grandma. And I'm a killer nigga for real. When it's beef, it's killer season for real. I'm no camera. It be a sad song when my aim right at your head. And you don't die, then you dead wrong. When the war's on, only the fit gon' stand strong. Another fan gone more, but life goes on. Yeah, see, that's what it is. So you have to do it, Mr. Bloodshot. Gotta let it do what it do. Black man, come through with that gap bang. Action, fucking man with pop bang. This north side bang and click, you better bang this shit. All the haters hating it, but it's us. Black man, come through with that gap bang. Action, fucking man with pop bang. This north side bang and click, you better bang this shit. All the haters hating it, but it's us. Stories I tell is how I handle drama so well. I keep weight on the scale on my man in jail. Locked up, niggas try to set me up. Word got back, it was a little brother Mel. I switched up my lifestyle, stop fucking with nails. Pissed off a brick and started fucking with krill. Just that north side bang and click. You better bang this shit, or we can bang till your grave get picked. I'm just a black man, come through with that gap bang. Action, fucking man with pop bang. This north side bang and click, you better bang this shit. All the haters hating it, but it's us. Black man, come through with that gap bang. Action, fucking man with pop bang. This north side bang and click, you better bang this shit. All the haters hating it, but it's us.
Check it, yo, my palm trail glow. Niggas on the payroll know we get halos, bago hoes. Walk the streets with the gray no soul. Slang yayo back in daylight so we sing say no go. Rappers is soft like Play-Doh dough. Ass shows get tomatoes thrown. Made flow but they ain't loco. Babe bro they say go dough. Spank holes with the Trayo Joe. Blood flow like Prego homes. Burn haze to make the day go slow. Rock tri-color rainbow gold. Hot niggas spit the game so cold. Got a stranglehold on your brain like a KO folks, nigga. Israeli guns and German mics. The tools right, hit him with the long kiss goodnight. A few moves left and I'ma quit the life. Israeli guns and German
Connect
mics.
dialect, mic check, dissect your mindset, high bent, blow like vets, intense intent, whatever fuels your jet, space cadet, I smoke in the skies with the stars, Sundays I sit with the lords, nightfall I set with the moon, insomniac MC, sleepwalking rhyme ill, literate for the children like Wu, crash 40 bottles on the concrete, for you trash MCs who sound like Palm Beach. I sound like a Sunday dinner. Trees for brunch on a cold, gloomy winter. A warm Hennessy's in the summer. Washing down 6 blunts of thunder. Boom, the guard strikes sadistic. Kingpin, living proof. Y'all knuckles stick to hard pipes, men of few. When I come through, ain't no part 2. The awful, forgetful. Familiar with chicks with favors. Rocking the next best thing, the Gators. You rock a vest cause you don't know who next. Your crew got the hex. Placed by the kings of this game of chess. Your birds flew in the wrong nest. Connect, eagles of death, rhymes of fury. Plus fellatio from your main hole. Replace the hole and fix your facial. It's the undeniable.
Israeli guns and German mics. The tools right, hit him with the long kiss goodnight. A few moves left and I'ma quit the life. Israeli guns and German mics.
This shit is gully. I feel like we gully printing money. Twist up the 20 with the Gumby, Al Bundy. My shit is grungy, the 320 bungee. Jumanji, fly the heathen head like Bumpy. The old country, your hoes comfy. I feel like MJ holding the monkey. Contract killer, the table with the umbrella. A glass of Armoretta, impeccable. The Scaglietti look extraterrestrial. My lioness is bisexual. Professional, the CLS is uncatchable, unpredictable. The still hit you, it's the ritual. To be a pimp is habitual. 2 Mac 10s, they identical. Your guns is invisible. Your whole tongue's unoriginal. My generals put drugs on the digital. I felt I was being ridiculed.
Israeli guns and German mics. The tools right, hit him with the long kiss goodnight. A few moves left and I'ma quit the life. Israeli guns and German mics.
Yes, it's the H2O show. Listen to Wu War Radio every Sunday 11 to 12. Me and DJ 360 doing this thing, man. Heard a little Spraga, respect to Spraga. He's coming through to do an interview soon up to the H2O show, so respect to that. Heard a little Long Island representation. Peace to Rock Marciano, a little Brookshot. That's our peoples right there. But today we're with Y. What's going on, Y?
Peace, brother. I'm good.
Yes. Man, like, yo, it's good seeing you, man. Like, yo, this dude right here is a educator, MC, businessman. Like, he's a man who's got a goal and a plan, man, and he's doing it the right way. You know what I mean? Step by step. So tell him about yourself, because this guy's been in the game for a minute. He did a track with Africa Bambaataa. He was on NBA Live, right?
Yeah. Thanks, man. So pretty much I got my start just doing open mics. I used to host the open mics, and then I actually studied like audio engineering a little bit. Just went to a little 9-month school after high school. A couple years after high school, I just got into that, just learning like the recording stuff. So I had that going on before I decided to become an artist, and during the shows I used to just freestyle in between, and then after that I hooked up with DJ Emo. Shout out to DJ Emo, and he basically helped me put together like a project. Since I already knew how to record, it was pretty simple, so he just basically took the songs and blended and added the whole DJ element, the original element to it. So it was a beautiful thing. And then after that, after performing and doing shows, I ran into different teachers and educators, and they would eventually ask me to come into different schools and sites and then I eventually ended up starting my own company to basically do the music. And instead of using my social, you create like an EIN number. So pretty much it's for everybody who's looking to how to be an independent artist. It's basic stuff where if you look up how to set yourself up as a business, so you can basically make your own moves and set yourself up in that way too. So basically, for any information, it is you kind of just set yourself up. Some people do LLC depending
Yeah.
if they use.
I was gonna say that's big because
Yeah.
you can actually help fund your projects independently. Like you use these workshops to make a living, and then you can fund what you actually do. Like, you actually built a studio like that, right?
Yeah, that's basically, I feel if you're an artist, this is the bottom line. You have to generate income. So if you're not generating income directly from your artistic work and your art, you're gonna have to do another job. So for me, doing a non-artistic thing is not an option. So I was like, how can I use my artistic skills? The truth is, I did the work volunteer before I ever got paid for it, and it was just I ended up seeing a way. So I am actually, my email is very easy. Why not show love? All the normal spelling, WHYNOTSHOWLOVE at Gmail. I also am opening up this September for interns. So musicians and artists that are looking to learn how to develop and write a curriculum, I'm looking to empower them. You can check out a couple websites like beatnyc.org, urbanartbeat.org. There are a lot of teaching artist organizations now coming up in New York City and beyond. So what I want to do is help other artists basically share their skills with the youth, and then they can develop their own self through that. But really the simplest way, even if you're not in the Newark area, is volunteer. I would say volunteer with an organization and that. So right now I'm also putting together a live band. So the live music programs, now my goal is to bring back a lot of the live instrumentation, a lot of the composing, a lot of the stage presence and that energy to basically use the sound to create something new using the primary colors. So allowing the music to elevate and glow. So that's pretty much why I'm here, just to bring awareness. So I want to give thanks to you guys, DJ 360 and Big Perm. It's an honor to be here, and pretty much just started from that, and then to show anybody can do it too. I'm an open book with anything I've done. Please feel free to try any methods that work for you guys. But that's pretty much the journey that I've traveled as an artist, and now I've been able to, I don't work another job. This is it, so for almost 7 years almost now, I've been able to just strictly be an artist. And
so you've seen the evolution.
Yep.
That's what's up. So you went to Japan, and now you're back, and you're here to promote this new project.
Yes.
Tell us about the project, man.
Well, pretty much it's this. My last project, I think I was here shouting out last year, was the Jack Kelsey Files. I played a couple songs off of that. That record is available on my Bandcamp. If you go to whynotshowlove.bandcamp.com, or just Google Why Not Show Love, no spaces all together, it'll all show up. Or go to whynotshowlove.com. That's all there. So the mixed up tape is pretty much, I wanted to go back to my roots. On my first project, DJ Emo did all the cuts, blends, and scratches. So I gotta shout out my homie DJ Emo. Thank you so much. On this record, I connected with my brother Marcus Pin. Amazing DJ. He's done DMC in the past. He's got a studio in Brooklyn, and he does amazing production and DJ work. So I called him in to pretty much hold it down. Me and him sat down, found some funky sound bites, and blended it all together. And also in terms of the production on this record, I got everything from basic a 2-track boom bap beat that sound like it got some gritty SP drums, to joints that have all live instruments with them. Also, even with the tempos, just trying different tempos and different flows. So I call it the mixed up tape, kind of like a pun on a mixtape. Well, everybody's got a mixtape, but I really wanted to mix and blend styles, almost like a different color palette. So production wise, vocal styles wise, and there is some singing on there. Ayano, who's here, one of our guests. She does all the female vocals on there. So you got tracks that have live instrumentation, have background vocals, all on a mixtape. So it's kind of cool, and it's a donation base. So you could enter $0 and get it for free, or you could give a donation, listen to it for free, decide later what you want to donate. It's 100% up for streaming. If you like anything, please blast it on social media. And thank you guys. So the Mixed Up Tape is the latest project. You can go to whynotshowlove.bandcamp.com, and then you guys get exclusive. It's not released yet. Only the listeners who actually tune in and listen to this. I am not going to be promoting it until any videos. We have to finish some visuals, and we're gathering some more interviews like this. But anybody who's interested, any brand new ears, I want to make sure that they can have the music and they can be aware.
So you're getting the new treat exclusives. We're going to play that a little later. Yes, man. Yo, enough respect for you coming through, man, because every time we come through, it's always good to build with you, because we have to just do our thing and just have, like, just different insight on different topics, because you're right around the individual. So, like,
thank you.
Later on, I'm going to get into the topic where we're talking about alternative energy sources. And we're going to really just dig into that to see, like, what are all the avenues we can use to, like I said, bring more awareness to create that demand for them. But before you do all that, man, we're going to let DJ 360 do his thing. And we represent on the H2O show. We get that splash of freshness. Yes.
Yeah. Come on. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Forgetting when she said it, both feet out the door. Remember when she made them on December the 4th. Pending Armageddon when surrendering falls. Miscarriages and marriages, the end of divorce. Of course, the horse, the swords, drawing out the savage. Remorse, the cost, the loss, the choice, falling out the trash. It's traffic, the cash, freaking acids. Fever, the facet, fast with the ass kick. Slower than the glass of molasses. Living in the life, but the moment ain't passing. La da 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 da. When leaves fall away, fall past the month of May. Long nights, shorter days, hoping that we could fall in love. La da 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 da. I was thinking of you, not much to do, and all I know is we are here, very far away from there. La da 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 da. Your face makes me smile. I know it may take a while, but I will get close, never fall. Getting to know who you are. La da 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 da.
I made the decision to step in the door. My left and the right for the kid in the floor. The word is a morgue, I'm killing them all. You heard it before, my word and my balls. Chicken to begin to bounce. The victim was living and kicked out of the house. They paying the mortgage, the payment, the fortunes, abandoned the orphan, the blend and the board. Shit, break to the stomach, singing and plumbing. I'm coming and nothing was happening, not even a record or kicking the bucket. Cause save the planet, so fuck it. And good luck with holding on to the high that you thought you was on. I'm all alone in the sky as I walk through the moon. The sun to the fire, the time in this ride, I head to the line, I'm making this ride.
We only see what we know. But we don't know nothing at all.
Find a way to leave, I'm living on another holiday. No time to say, don't bother if you are a mile away. I pop the dough and go below the bottom of the rabbit hole. I'm jitted, fitted, as if I am a catapult. I'm launching something out for nothing, will you stop your bluff? Now caution young and stop the front and you ain't lifted enough in. Black and deck and tell inspectors that my lecture's lecture. Mental professor with no effort, but you never ever. Cross your balls, so lost, I'm tossing off from all the talk. Open your eyes, surprised that you died inside the Holocaust. The cost of coffee couldn't save the child while you smile. The piles of $1,000 hours. Take your pick, no camera flicks. Growing pain, insane, the strain to make you benefit. It's black, flipping the black jacket, black and black McMac attack. Jack, have your shorty back, no Mickey D, just sticky chick. Cat is West Indies, the recipe to be can rest in peace.
I know you.
If you are I find a way to leave, I'm living on another holiday. No time to say, don't bother if you are a mile away. I pop the dough and go below the bottom of the rabbit hole. I'm jitted, fitted, as if I am a catapult. I'm launching something out for nothing, will you stop your bluff? Now caution young and stop the front and you ain't lifted enough in. Black and deck and tell inspectors that my lecture's lecture. Mental professor with no effort, but you never ever. Cross your balls, so lost, I'm tossing off from all the talk. Open your eyes, surprised that you died inside the Holocaust. The cost of coffee couldn't save the child while you smile. The piles of $1,000 hours. Take your pick, no camera flicks. Growing pain, insane, the strain to make you benefit. It's black, flipping the black jacket, black and black McMac attack. Jack, have your shorty back, no Mickey D, just sticky chick. Cat is West Indies, the recipe to be can rest in peace.
I know you.
Woo. Yo, that's why the mixed up tape. Yo, man, you did your thing on that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you heard a little couple cuts from that. Yo, I had that 90s funk, man. Like, yo, like anything that can represent that, this time and culture with like people using more live sound. This ill samples, the boom bat, that drum. You know what I mean? I respect that. I have enough respect for that.
Yeah, that's also why we called it the mixed up tape, to really try to understand it. You know, music is always timeless. There's always different eras of music. On the first joint that was played, we had a classic sample from, I believe it was Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, but with live bass line and real drum kit on top of it. The second joint had no samples at all. That's all live instruments you're hearing straight, but made with the same kind of composition and sound of it. And then the last joint, that once again is a mix of the sample with those horn stabs and all those. Love those joints with live guitar, live drums and bass. So someone might think, oh, it's all a sample. Someone might think it's all that. So like to really just get a blend, because some joints, I was able to get some musicians in there able to maybe get a riff out myself. Some joints I was just like, all right, I'm keeping the sample in. So I always want to keep it true to the essence too. Know how. No question.
Started. And we can't forget the lovely harmonics. Piano. He's sitting here quietly. This, what I mean? Nice and quiet. Say hello to the world, man. What's going on?
Hello.
Yes, that's Ayano. A little shy on the mic, but we're getting there. But the voice is ridiculous. She's definitely not shy when she gets in that booth. So that's what's up.
Definitely not.
So I know you play instruments. So you have a band together for this project, or?
For this project, yes, we didn't do it full all live band. The next record we're working on is basically using all live instruments. This one, we got some amazing musicians that played on this record with me. My boy Alex Busby Smith does some bass lines. If you check out the mixed up tape, you'll see the credits. You'll see my man Farvar from England. He blessed the drum kit. My boy Stefan from East New York. He's on there. He got a couple bass lines on there. My boy Achille from Jersey did some percussion. My man Mind Power got some keys on there. Just it's basically I live in the studio literally. It's in the basement, So it's basically whoever comes through, I do the best. I get down on what I can. But this record, that was actually one of the most fun parts, the production of it. Some joints, I got just a Mad Lib beat on there, that I got off the net. Two cats from actually New Jersey, my boy Achille, the cat I went to. I did some music work with him. Me and him are working on a record. And then another cat named Custodian of Records from Underground Cat from out there in Jersey too. So definitely some other producers as well didn't do all the production on that.
Yeah, man. And how long is it?
I clocked it in right under a half an hour. It's right under a half an hour, but it's pretty action packed. Thanks to once again Marcus Pidd. He amazing work on the DJ. I wanted to give blends on things, but I remember I come from the era when actually mixtapes were tapes. And then they would either blend something, you would hear like two verses of a joint, and then that would be it. And you'd have to dig for the record. So a lot of the songs don't follow traditional format. There's not a lot of 16-8, 16-8, 16-8, 3 verses, 3 hooks. You got some joints that's just one verse. Some joints that's got singing verses on there, not just using a singer on a hook, So I wanted to also mix up format. Because a lot of times in music, we lack creativity with just the format of bridges, solos, having different sections.
No, it's funny you say that. I agree with that because I feel like you want to keep the ears, real crisp, not expecting to know what they're gonna hear. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You gotta
that's
move
real
around.
key.
You gotta move around with tempos, all that type of thing. Especially, there's a lot of history in music, so I feel like, to take a deeper look into it by seeing how you can learn how to arrange and mix things yourselves and work with other people too. I think that also is key. I also got to shout out Alice McNeil, Alexandria. She drew the cover. She painted the cover. So when you look at the artwork on the site, you'll see the cover. It's actually a picture of something that was painted. And then my man July Quinn just tweaked up some graphics. Shout out to him.
And she's actually one of your students too, right?
Yeah, right. That's basically
everybody
that I'm meeting is on the record is like friends and family. There's no looking for someone or, everything is so organic. So really just encountered all these people through different ways and mediums. So it's amazing.
That's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful project. This is Why.
Thank you, man. WhyNotShowLove.com and then WhyNotShowLove.bandcamp to get the sneak preview of it. It's not even out yet. Please take whatever you want with it. Share it, stream it, anything you guys need. Hit me up. I'm open for collabos, tracks, also production as well. I do produce and engineer, so those services can be taken care of. I'm based out in Queens, and then definitely freelance and willing to do any type of work that is musically related as long as the situation's good vibrations and right.
Pure artist right here. Artist and this creator. Now I'm give you another title. It's straight up creator. That's what it is, man. That's why. And another reason why I brought you on the show too, because you just came from Japan. So I wanted you to give us a little insight how more efficient they run their systems, their culture, and this basically explain, because what we're going to talk about later is this alternative energy sources. Like a few weeks ago we talked about algae biofuel, and then now later on we're going to talk about solar panels, because there's different ways to use solar panels to basically energize the ground and use that as energy source. And now they have other ones too. They have geothermal, there's hydrocarbon, there's hydropower, there's wind power, and there's solar, and there's solar spaced panels where they actually have satellites where it's strictly solar panels or satellites absorbing the sun in space. So now all these different things are ways we can actually utilize energy and not rely on this fossil fuel. Well, like I was saying before, the old regime want that status quo.
Yeah.
So now the thing I found so interesting is one of the latest findings is human body energy, kinetic energy, the electricity we have in our systems.
Yeah.
You know? And then I heard there's different ways to actually absorb this energy. Like there's a club in Amsterdam. They actually have a compressed floor. So when they dance on the floor, it's like a spark of a lighter. It hits the floor and sparks of energy. And they're actually absorbing that. So that actual club uses the energy people dance on to power the actual club. Now this is something they can do for themselves, but actually think about that. If everyone can figure out a way to use energy in a more efficient way, where would we be right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted you to talk about Japan. Like, talk about this, how they ran their systems when you went over there. I remember you were amazed by that.
Oh yeah, it's my second trip out there. So when you go to a place more than once, you see details. Ayano is actually from there. She can let you guys know a little bit more about how it is. But pretty much, the simplest way to describe it is they move more in tune with the nature. The way it's set up. Now Tokyo is huge. It's like bigger than New York. It's the city for the entire country. So it looks like the Matrix. It's crazy. When you go outside of Tokyo though, even though you see cars and roadways, you could still see a lot of farmland, a lot of things like there. The GMOs over there are not really an issue. And when you eat over there, you feel different after just eating simple things that you would eat over here. You can tell that something's different in our food, especially when you come back. So that was one thing. Also, they just really move in tune with the land. So when you buy something at a market or over there, it's from nearby. It's just more a simple way. They don't overbuild and overpopulate certain areas when it's like outside of Tokyo.
So everything is strategic, and then also they have like the LED lights on the ground, right?
They have this thing actually called a sky tree, which is the technology over there. It's definitely advanced. But what they have over there is pretty much just these different systems I heard in the world they use robotics the most. Out of all the developed nations, they are using robotic technology and automated systems like that the most. It's just also like they move things to be streamlined. Sometimes you might think it's too much over there. It could get to an extreme, but like even in the subways, everybody walks up the upside and down the downside. They have a space marked where every door opens and everybody stands on the side when the door opens. And then, it can get a little crazy too much. But at the end of the day, what I really think is when you leave the city and go outside, you can feel the connection to the land, to the spirit. And then there's a lot of beautiful nature, mountains, and they still have like Wi-Fi and all these things, but they're still moving
so it's more of a proper
nature.
Balance.
Yeah, and you feel it in your spirit over there. So definitely just being in tune with nature, and then if you do build technological systems, to be aware that we are on the planet Earth, and like you said, you can utilize the energy within that to be harmonious with it, instead of like our model out here in the big cities is you level out the land, wipe out all the nature, and then build these cities where we're separate from the nature. We must get back to that nature and that vibe.
It's real key, because what you're saying is they basically try to adapt to the style of the land that they are to actually use that. Like, say you have waterfalls, mountains. There's a seismic energy you can take from the actual little tremors, or the waterfalls with the hydropower.
Everything.
And you also, like I was saying before, there's areas where you can actually walk, and they absorb the electricity from people walking and use that. So now if everything's in a proper order and structure, it's easy to do things like that. That's why I found like Japan is a good model to follow in a way of innovation, to just basically go and just build on what we have here, because what we have here is outdated from the early 1800s, man. Like, this is stuff, petroleum is stuff that they've been trying to not use since the 1800s, 1700s. So it's like, and we're still using it today as our main resource. And that, to me, it's crazy. So like we talked about the human body energy. There's the kinetic energy. There's electricity that you have. So now there's a gym in Portland, Oregon. It's called a Green Micro Gym. And what they do is they actually have sensors on the treadmills and bikes, and they absorb the energy that people use, the kinetic energy, and actually power their gym for that. So now you don't got to pay PSE&G or LIPA, whoever your electricity bill is. So now if people are more free, then there's going to be a less demand for that petroleum, that fossil fuel, that put oil in your crib and then go to have the old school electricity. So this is what we have these shows for. This to really make you recognize, like, yo, there's other options out there. You know what I mean? There's other options out there, straight up. And that's what you just want to build on. So like I was saying, like there's all these other options, and we're also going to talk about solar power, because that is another big one. And we're going to have a show lined up for that in the future. We're going to talk about these panels where they actually have driveways, roads, and they can actually use the energy to melt ice. What's that? Less accidents. You know what I mean? That's one solution right there. Change of directions, real time, where you're on traffic. You know, that can change lives, because like I said, there's so many accidents that people aren't aware because they don't see things coming. And that's just one option. So basically, this is what we do every week, every Sunday on the Wu World Radio, the H2O show. And basically, we just want to build with y'all, man. Just bring people in who got intellect, my man Y, and this dope music. We got dope music from my man DJ 360 every week. And this is what we do, man. So, yo, we respect everyone listening on TuneIn app. Follow us on the H2O show. Big up to everyone on WooWorld.com, because, you know, the Wu family is what it is. We're going to ride out with some tunes from DJ 360, because that's my man. That's what he does. It's the H2O show. Splash of freshness. Yes, sir.
Yeah, peace.
What up? Everybody in the house. Phil Harris. Man, fire.
Check the Kappa. Get that hook off album.
Yeah, let the gods build. Keep beating hot gang all day. Park Hill, New York City. All my homeboys and homegirls. You already know. You don't have to be at the studio just to let the verse out. The spiritual love in your heart, just let it burst out. Spiritual love, let the mosque and the church out. It's the feeling that you get when you grow up on the right route. Through the trials is what you know life is all about. Forgiveness overcome sins and heal a whole town. That's why I'ma hold it down for all the people that I still love and come around. Wishing the best for them, never want them on the ground. From Staten Island worldwide, put aside your pride. Killer hate shit, no more black on black crime. Focus on the present and leave the past behind. Dig deep inside yourself, I'm sure you'll find knowledge of spiritual love, self and mankind.
My brother, we been striving and growing. Look at life compared to what we knowing. We see the facts, son. We the chosen children of the Most High God. Who could oppose him? Which emotion here could ever elevate to the point of control and make it separate? This is spiritual love that we reciprocate. It's one God, one light, one truth, eliminate confusion. It's what the devil like producing. I'm a soldier in the army of God. I rebuke him with the power that's invested. We manifested. You couldn't stop it even if you could arrest it. My niggas copping on the corner like refreshments and back into the crib already making their assessments. Could be the best shit a nigga ever copping. Ain't no violence in the verse, still we make you bust a shot. My brother, we been striving and growing. Look at life compared to what we knowing. We see the facts, son. We the chosen children of the Most High God. Who could oppose him? Which emotion here could ever elevate to the point of control and make it separate? This is spiritual love that we reciprocate. It's one God, one light, one truth, eliminate confusion. It's what the devil like producing. I'm a soldier in the army of God. I rebuke him with the power that's invested. We manifested. You couldn't stop it even if you could arrest it. My niggas copping on the corner like refreshments and back into the crib already making their assessments. Could be the best shit a nigga ever copping. Ain't no violence in the verse, still we make you bust a shot.
Yeah, so well the Most High will guide and protect
protect and deliver. We that try your thing, but the quiver I shiver. We worst situation, damn near the damnation. Be hurting my patience, can't leave the plantation. See, blatantly, flagrantly out in your agents. Disgusting, you must think my people are vacant. Empty, you sent me relentless for centuries. Repentance, my vengeance is promised in plenty. Spiritual messages, make your hands clap. Spit with diversity, none of that buffoon rap, coon rap. Assume that spiritual and healing. Catch those feelings, exposing the dealings. Prophetic, biblical, flow critical, spitting fire prior to my birth. Umbilical, but captivity, baptism, lyrical, true salvation in the spiritual Amani, yeah.
To knowledge of the spiritual law.
Let the gods build. Yeah. Shaka Zulu, original Tazi, A-Mar, the pyramids. We be on that project shit, yo. Hey, yo, I be kicking that Willy Bobo. Fuck y'all, I ain't gotta tell y'all niggas so, yeah. Never rat, keep my eyes on the po-po, nah. It's only weed, nigga. It's no blow though, nigga, nah. You can see me live with my niggas though. Gotta make moves, keep my eyes on the po-po, yo. I need mad room, yeah, nigga, elbow. 15 acres of land, plus the Velcro. Pigs in my rear, I'm telling them hell no. These FBI agents, they be all in your cell, bro. Homeland Security, chipping your newborn. Satellite zooming in on everything going on. Fake milk, rotten eggs, poisoning cow meat. Fuck with the system, say I'm letting my child speak. Yeah, spin the wild week, Molly in my system, cause I'm out on these foul streets. Police hating on me, they don't like how my style be. That deep ass posse shit does hit me Maui. Oh, young nigga gang, them motherfucking housery.
Run this game, nigga, lock, stock, and barrel. These niggas won't front, but they sporting all apparel. Speak against us, but only talk about. That's why we moving in a road that's never traveled. Exploration, deeper investigation. Every obstacle, more knowledge in the making. If it's possible, we getting deeper conversation. Philosophical, scientific combinations. Before that,